Greetings, and greetings from a new adventure. Last year, Jill and I finished the Lycian Way in Turkey, which we thoroughly enjoyed, and we did that over 3 separate years. So we've cast our eyes around for a new adventure. Jill's criteria, it's got to be quite warm, and we've looked at the Canary Islands, and there's the long distance trail in the Canary Islands called the GR131, which goes along the length of most of the islands in this group in the Atlantic. So today we left the United Kingdom, drizzly, damp, cold day in the UK, and have arrived in Arrecife in Lanzarote for the first of the number of islands that we will follow. This year we are booked into a lot of accommodation. There's not a lot of, well, there is no water on the island, they're very barren, you have to buy water in shops. To make our lives easier, we have booked into Airbnbs and apartments to get ourselves across both the islands of Lanzarote and Fuerteventura. However, there's one night where we couldn't find any accommodation, so we've carried the camping stuff for that night, where we'll camp out, hopefully under the stars, on Fuerteventura. This morning we took a taxi from the airport to Orzola, where the trail starts, and the reason we did that was because the bus that we could have used later in the day was too late, and it would have meant that we'd have been starting far too late. So here we are, just come past the 3-kilometre mark on this lovely long trail, and we'll see how we get on. Well, good morning, and good morning from day 2 of our GR131 adventure. We stayed in the small town of Haria last night, walked about 9 miles from the start of the walk to get to that small town. The accommodation was fantastic. We had our meal before we went to our accommodation. We were really tired, and on getting to the accommodation, quick shower, we were in bed by about 8 o'clock. 11 hours sleep we had last night. It was because we had such an early start to get to the airport, but we were absolutely shattered. But we both slept well, and we started off, and day 2 is a lovely sunny day. Today we're heading for Montana Blanca via the town of Teguise. We've just been past the lovely church of Ermita de la Nieves, and now we're walking on a long, broad gravel track, but whilst that sounds a bit dull, the views that we're looking at are fantastic. We've got fantastic ancient volcanic mountains to look at, the craters. We can see the sea on both sides of the island as we're walking through the centre of it in a sort of southwesterly direction. So all is good. Well, we've had a bit of a disappointment on this trip. Jill's had to bail out at San Bartolome and take the bus for the last 4 miles to our accommodation at Montana Blanca. When we booked this trip, Jill was injury free and we both knew that we were capable of the itinerary that we designed for ourselves. But in the last year or so, she's really struggled with a foot injury which keeps recurring, and she's rested it, and it is definitely better than it was, but the problem is that she's lost her fitness levels, and today she's really struggled, and she's made the right decision, I think, to call it a day at San Bartolome. She's taking a bus to Montana Blanca. I'll meet her there now at our accommodation, and then we'll regroup and think about what we're going to do tomorrow. Very disappointing for her. I know she really wanted to do this trail, but you've got to listen to your body, you've got to make the right decisions. She's insisted that I carry on. That's what I'm doing, and I'll be with her in about an hour or so. Do you want hot chocolate or coffee? Well, welcome to day 3 of our GR131 adventure on the island of Lanzarote, and this will be the final piece to camera on this particular part of our journey. I will start a new video when we arrive on Fuerteventura, so anything after me speaking to the camera now will be the final part of our journey from the town of Yaiza, which I've just left. Jill and I today left our accommodation in Montana Blanca, and having crested a col just after the hamlet, we were gifted fantastic views of the ancient volcanic mountains of Lanzarote, and we've essentially followed those mountains southwest via a number of villages, passing through, and I believe it's called Uga, UGA, to get to Yaiza. Now Jill has decided to take the bus from Yaiza to Playa Blanca, which is where the port is that we get a ferry from there to Fuerteventura. We're going to do that tomorrow. It's been really interesting today, certainly the best of the 3 days that we've walked on Lanzarote. We've walked through ancient lava fields, we've seen fantastic fertile soil where vineyards are laid out, but different from vineyards that one normally expect. The vines grow on the ground here in Lanzarote and are protected by small semicircular walls protecting them from the wind, and the landscape has been quite remarkable to our eyes, looking at the black and reds that the volcanic rock has on Lanzarote. So thanks for watching the video so far, if you've got this far. As I said, the next video will start at Fuerteventura, where we will continue our adventure. Thanks ever so much for watching.